How do you heal and overcome limiting beliefs? This was a super important question that I had to answer for myself over the last couple of weeks, and I had so many realizations along the way that I wanted to record this video today in order to help you overcome and realize how to overcome your own limiting beliefs. So I would say, let's get started. Hi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Julia Arndt and I'm a peak performance coach and stress management trainer. I am so excited that you're watching this video today because I have some real nuggets and secrets to share with you that will hopefully not only blow your mind, but also help you to actually overcome the limiting beliefs that you have identified for yourself. If you are curious about mindful productivity, stress management, and mindfulness, then I am so excited to have you on the channel. Maybe it's the very first time, and if so, welcome. I hope that you find your way into other videos on my YouTube channel as well, and I hope that you hit the subscribe button in order to get notified when new videos are online. So let's dive into the 5 big realizations that I had when it comes to overcoming and healing limiting beliefs. The first big realization that I've had, and I'm sorry to tell you, but was that overcoming limiting beliefs takes time. It takes time to build a new muscle, and it takes time to rewire your brain, because oftentimes limiting beliefs have been with you for a very long time, right? They've been there for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. And it takes time to rewire your brain. It takes time to heal the things that you believed for such a long period of time. And one of the most important analogies that I can give you is that if you're going to the gym once, you're not expecting either that by just going to the gym once, you've grown a muscle, right? It takes practice and repetition and doing things over and over and over again in order to actually build that muscle. And your brain, at the end of the day, is a muscle. And so it's the exact same thing. In order to overcome a limiting belief, it is not enough and sufficient to once think, oh, I'm going to think about this differently, or, oh, I'm going to build this new belief that is so much better for me, and then just let it go, because, well, your brain is so wired into this other limiting belief that it will actually take time for your brain to believe something new. So be patient in that journey and trust that it is taking time, but it is absolutely worth it. And that brings me to the second realization that I want to share with you that is very closely linked to the first one, which is don't give up. I know that sometimes it is really hard to kind of revisit limiting beliefs. It is hard to tell yourself, oh, okay, maybe it's uncomfortable to go there, and I totally understand, because I have been working through my own limiting beliefs over the last couple of weeks again as well. And I've thought to myself, I've done this work so many times before, and it still hasn't happened yet. It still is not different. I'm still holding on to certain limiting beliefs, and that sometimes can put you in that space of, I've tried and it's too hard, so I'm just going to move on and just keep myself small. But that's not the point of life. That's not the point of your own personal growth. So trust that it takes time and don't give up. Realize that there are probably small adjustments and things that you still need to do, and that from one year to another, you can dive so much deeper into certain limiting beliefs as well. Let me give you an example. So if you have been working on a limiting belief in the summer of 2022, and now it's the summer of 2023, and that limiting belief is coming up again, and you feel like, oh, I've tried this before, and I've tried to work through this before, and it kind of keeps you in that cycle of staying small, then trust that 1 year later, there will be most certainly completely different things coming up for you. So you're not the same person anymore. You have evolved, you have developed. So that is why it is so cool and so exciting to actually go there again and to not give up on this process. All right. And that brings me to the third realization that I want to share with you today, because it is absolutely worth your time, your energy, and maybe even your money to overcome limiting beliefs. Because when you are showing up as a different person and you are actually having, for example, more self-confidence, you believe more in yourself, you feel more self-worth, it's absolutely priceless. And that investment in yourself will pay off over the course of your lifetime. So I know that this process can sometimes be super challenging and super frustrating, and you might feel like, I don't really know what to do anymore. And if you have tried everything, maybe it is time, for example, to invest in a coach, or it is time to invest in the right therapist or someone that has a different perspective that can really challenge you on some of the things that you've been thinking, because we all have blind spots, and it is so empowering to have another person that you trust tell you, have you ever thought about this way? Have you ever thought about it that way? Here is your insurance. I absolutely assure you that investing time, energy, and maybe money into yourself is absolutely worth it, and breaking through these limiting beliefs and building new ones and trusting that that is a journey is absolutely worth all of that. So the next realization that I want to share with you, and the next way on how you can overcome your limiting beliefs, is by taking action. We talk about it all the time, but let me remind you, if you just think that you need to change, but you're not taking any actions, nothing is gonna happen. So if you want to overcome and heal limiting beliefs, well, my dear friend, you need to get into action. You need to do something differently to what you have been done before. And that involves, for example, reflection, right? It requires journaling and going inward, but then it's also about taking action and showing up differently. It is about saying things differently. It's about presenting yourself differently. It's all of these different things. And let me tell you, that is very uncomfortable. And over the last couple of weeks, I've put myself in a super uncomfortable zone. I left my comfort zone, jumped into the outside and into the unknown, and just trusted the process. And all of these feelings came up, and I felt so uncomfortable and so anxious, and literally my brain tried to tell me to stay in that comfort zone because it's so much safer. But I knew and I trusted that going out of that comfort zone is going to make me so much of a stronger person, that I stuck and stayed a little bit with these difficult feelings. And I was like, okay, you're totally okay to be here with me right now, and I'm going to do this thing anyway. I'm going to have this conversation anyway. And only through that practice, only through that action did I learn what worked for me, how other people responded to me, and all of a sudden the magic happened, right? Just how they always say that not in your comfort zone the magic happens, it happens outside of it. And I've learned so much through that process. And there was, of course, some failing and iterating and trying again. It wasn't perfect right from the start, but I've created so much more self-respect even for myself to just even do that and go on that journey. So do it, try it out, take action, and actually try different things. And so then the final realization that I want to share with you today, which is a really important one as well, is that you need to be committed. And I'm going to say this for a very important reason. I think over the last couple of years, I actually thought I was really committed to this journey. But we go through these little valleys and peaks, and sometimes we actually don't realize that we're actually not really committed because we're keeping ourselves small. We subconsciously stay in that comfort zone, and we are not doing the things that we should be doing. And we sometimes need external help in order to really get kind of this kick in the butt. And then you might realize, I actually wasn't that committed. I actually didn't really do anything differently. So here's your reminder that if you want to heal and overcome your limiting beliefs, you, my friend, need to recommit to yourself, to your personal development, and to your own progress. Because as committed as you may feel you are right now, you might not be. So Commit to yourself, trust that this process is absolutely worth it, and let me know how it goes. I hope to hear from you. Leave me a comment down below. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and if you want to know more about my own journey, or if you have specific questions about what you want me to talk about, well, just let me know. I would always love to hear from you. You have all of the links and all of the contact details in the show notes as well. And until then, I hope that you browse other videos on my YouTube channel in order to invest in your personal development journey. Take good care of yourself, and I hope to see you really soon.